Hi guys, it's Amanda, the Rhinestone Realtor. So today marks a very special day for me. It is actually the 7-year anniversary of me getting into the real estate industry. So who'd have thunk it, right? It has definitely been an up and down, all around learning curve over the last few years, and it is awesome. I am sitting here celebrating, got myself a little cupcake cake for the special occasion and wanted to celebrate with you guys too. Obviously I couldn't have made it this far if I didn't have each of y'all in my corner, whether it's y'all are cheering me on, helping teach me and helping me navigate the industry, or if you're one of my clients, that's kind of a big deal, right? Anyway, so I wanted to go ahead and celebrate with y'all too. I am giving away 7 different little gifts that I think you guys will like. I wanted to go ahead and do that, so stay tuned for the end of the video when I show you what the gifts are and how you can enter to win. Now, one of the big questions that I get pretty often is how did I get into real estate and how did I make it this long? A lot of realtors will fall out in the first couple of years. I should know that statistic, right? I'll look that up. Anyways, so a lot of people don't make it this far. A lot of people have made it farther, but you know what? We're celebrating because I'm excited, right? Anyways, so I wanted to go ahead and tell you guys my story of how I got into real estate, kind of what I did to continue on this path and, hopefully give you guys a little bit of inspiration yourself. So most of you will know that I got my degree from Texas A&M in marketing and focused on retail and sales. So I thought I was gonna go and be a buyer and go to market and buy the clothes for like a Nordstrom or a Neiman. I really thought that was gonna be the field that I was going into. Well, after I graduated, I really didn't have that job ready. And I was searching, but I just couldn't find it. Nothing was coming across that was the right fit. And so I'd been listening to this real estate investor mentoring radio show. So my parents and I decided, you know what, let's go downtown, brave the traffic during rush hour, go down there, see this little info session that they got where they say, hey, here's an example of someone who did a great deal, you should join too. One of those little meetups and whatnot. So of course we did. We drank the Kool-Aid and we joined the group, which that was awesome. I definitely highly recommend getting into a mentoring group if you decide to do it. And so we started, and it was my job to do all the property management and all kind of like the hands-on work to help my parents grow up their business. The plan was for me to do all the management. So think about it, a 22-year-old girl fresh out of college, never owned a home. I was dealing with turning on utilities, dealing with inspectors and appraisers and contractors, overseeing the rehabs, leasing out the property, doing the marketing, dealing with tenants, with paying the rent, and if they paid late, filing evictions, dealing with repairs, just basically everything but writing the check. Sorry, mom and dad, but it's kind of true, Anyways, so I was doing all that, and long story short, I was learning on the fly because I never owned a home. I've never managed a rent property. I've only lived with my parents or lived in college housing. So it was definitely a learning curve, and thankfully I did have that real estate investor mentoring group and the people within that to kind of help me out and learn how to do things so that I could, have the process, get it done quickly and efficiently and make sure everybody is happy at the end of the day. Anyway, so I was doing that and definitely learning. Obviously I didn't know the difference between a pressure relief valve and a quarter turn valve. Very different things, guys. Anyways, so I was learning different things like that on the fly, and of course, I feel like now I can diagnose a problem before I even send out the vendor, which that's kind of cool to do my own horn, right? Anyways, so I was doing that, but one of my big deals was to go out, network, look on MLS, talk to all these different wholesalers and figure out, where the deals are, find the deals, get it under contract, and get it to closing so that I could repeat the process for them. And I remember there was one house, and we'd been working with this one couple, agent couple, and they've been in the business probably 15, 20 years at that point, so it's been a lot longer since then. And I was telling them, hey, I found this foreclosure. It's on the golf course. It's 60 cents on the dollar. It's 3 years old. There's barely any rehab. This is a steal. okay? And I was convicted. I knew it. I was going for it. I was not backing down, okay? I just had that gut feeling that it was good, right? So I sent it to him, and he kept telling me, Amanda, it's not a good deal. There's not any comps. It's not worth more than what it's listed for now. It's not a deal. It's not a deal. It's not a deal, okay? Well, something told me, no, it's a deal. Go for it. So I went back and forth with him for a while, and I was like, no, you got to redo the comps. You got to check it out. I've been in this neighborhood. I know it's worth more than it's listed for. You know, this is the situation. Come to find out, since it was a neighborhood within a neighborhood, it was pulling the comps weird. So we changed up and did a radius search and figured out it's a deal, right? And so within an hour of him figuring out it's a deal, we met him out at the house, made an offer. It was all online. It was super simple back then to do those offers. So hopefully those times come back. Anyways, so he put in the offer. We got the house, we rehabbed it, we rented it out. It's been rented for like 4 or 5 years now. It's doubled in value, which is pretty cool. And it's on a golf course. So, you know, that's kind of fancy and bougie, right? Anyways, so and that happened, and I realized, oh, I kind of have a knack for this real estate thing. Maybe I actually kind of like it, and I'm actually good at it too. So I started taking the real estate classes, figured, you know what, let's just try it out, see if I can do it. Went through the classes, totally drank the Kool-Aid again, got my realtor license, and spent the next 4 years after that selling houses, doing foreclosures, first-time home buyers, investors, flips, rentals, lots. HUD, worked with HUD a lot. Oh my gosh, that's a whole nother story. My first 2 deals were HUD foreclosures when Luna was a title company. So y'all in the investment world know how cray-cray that was, right? Anyways, so I did that for 4 years, definitely built up the business, started out primarily with investors, obviously helped mom and dad grow up their business to where it is now. And then I obviously was helping new investors, started working with first-time home buyers, doing owner occupants, doing, you know, nicer non-foreclosed homes. So I did that, and I got a call from my broker about 4 years into it and realized, hey, she's retiring. So it was one of those things. I had maybe a month's notice. It was not much, and I had to go find a new broker. Well, I realized while I was doing my research to figure out which broker I wanted to switch to that, hey, Amanda has enough experience, education, and sales to get her broker license. So I'm like, you know what? I'm a little nervous, but we're gonna do it, okay? Fingers crossed that this all goes according to plan, right? Thankfully, I had my uncle who was in real estate in California kind of like give me that special nudge and say, hey, Amanda, like, you need that insurance policy in your pocket. You don't have to open up a firm yet, but it's a good idea to get it now. So of course, you know, had that little nudge and went out, took my test, took some additional classes because they changed things up while I was doing real estate. And so I took some classes, took the test, and on February 10th, I forget the day, 2017. And so it's been about 2.5 years since then. I got my broker license. So I have been a broker for a couple of years. I do not own my own firm yet. I am still an associate. But that is definitely in the plans for, you know, the next few years down the road kind of thing. Anyways, so I am 7 years into it as of today. I didn't think that I would be doing it this long or have done the different things that I've done. I mean, there's so many stories, it's crazy. If you want me to do some like video like playlist of those, comment down below and I will do those for you because they are hilarious. I think on my YouTube channel I have like the cookie story where I thought the title company ladies ate the cookies. So that's a pretty good one, so definitely check that one out. But if you want more stories kind of like that and kind of my learning curve, stories about how, you know, I survived and made deals still work, definitely comment down below and I'll do that. Or if you want me to do videos on just other kind of real estate tidbits and whatnot that you might not know or might not know who to ask, like definitely let me know and I'll get to those as soon as I can. So we are 7 years in and can't wait to see what the next 7+ years are like. But right now it's time for a giveaway. Plus I want to eat my cupcake. Anyways, so I'm giving away 7 different items. The first thing is a gift card to Crave Cupcakes. See, isn't this like the cutest little box ever? So obviously I'm celebrating with a cupcake today, and who doesn't love cupcakes? So I've got one of those for you guys to win. Then I've got 4 different gift cards to Starbucks. Like, look how cute these little packages are. Like, I love the gold. Totally has nothing to do with rhinestones, but the card does. Look, it's got little glitters on it. How cute. Oh, maybe you can't see that, but it's gray and glittery, so it totally matches my decor in my house too. And so these books, I've got 2 of these first-time home buyer books. So Realtor.com came out with these on June 1st, so they are nice and fresh, and you'll be one of the first people to have them. So a lot of people, whether they are a first-time home buyer or know somebody who's a first-time home buyer, doesn't really always know what questions to ask, how the process works. Sometimes they're too embarrassed to ask a question because, you know, they don't do it all the time and they don't want to look uneducated or whatever. They don't want to be embarrassed. So Realtor.com made this little third-party book. That way you can give it to somebody, or if you are a first-time home buyer, you can read through it, kind of get educated with the process, the terminology, you know, what to expect from your agent, from your lender, from the title company, from the inspector, just overall. So hopefully that'll help a couple of you guys out. So if you want to be entered to win one of those 7 items, what you'll have to do is like The Rhinestone Realtor on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, and make sure you share this video to your Facebook page and share it so that everybody else can see it and be entered to win, and maybe have a little inspiration about getting into real estate too. Now I will say it has been a ride. I am so grateful for everybody that's had a part in getting me 7 years into the business. So hopefully I'll be able to help some of you guys out, or you know what, just get you guys a Starbucks drink. Anyways, so I'm gonna go eat my cupcake now, so I will see you guys next time, and I'll be back on Monday, June 11th. 11th? Whatever Monday is. Anyways, and I'll announce the winners there. See y'all later.